Hey, what's up? This is what's up. Beautiful creek. I'm out here cruising around looking for stuff to photograph. Normally that would be wildlife, but when I'm out and I see something that I like, that catches my eye, of course I'm going to stop and photograph it. So I hope you can hear me. The creek is making beautiful noises out here, but it is kind of loud. So I hope this microphone is picking it up okay. I apologize if the sound quality is complete crap. But it is beautiful sound. You know, a creek out in the woods in the middle of nowhere in northwest Wyoming. It's a beautiful sound to my ears, at least the ear that works. This one doesn't work very well. But anyway, I've got these beautiful moss-covered rocks, a nice creek coming down the middle, gorgeous green foliage all around, and I think it makes a nice little composition coming down through these green rocks. So I'm looking for kind of the optimal composition in here with my Nikon gear down there. That's my D850 with the 24 to 70 millimeter lens. I've got a polarizing filter on there right now to cut any kind of glare off of those rocks and really make them nice and black and really make that green nice and punchy. I'm targeting at least like a 1 second exposure. So I'm going to set ISO to 64, and for depth of field, I think I want f11 anyways, and that's giving me about a 1 second exposure. I'm going to try this with the 1 second exposure. I might need a little more depth of field and go to f16. I think the 1 second exposure is still going to give me a little bit of nice kind of texture in the water, that it isn't just this really smooth, perfectly silky effect in the water. It's still going to have some kind of just a little bit of roughness, a little bit of an edge to the texture in there, which I think I'm going to prefer. So in the meantime, I've got two rocks here. Got that one, it's hard for me to point, and this one, and then the creek moving in between those two. I'm going to be using probably the bigger one with the log on top as my main focal point, and then I'll probably be using this other one on the right as kind of a secondary point of interest that's going to kind of block that lower right corner of the frame and keep the viewer inside the picture, using that as kind of an element to keep you from exiting kind of stage lower right down there. I'll try a couple other compositions up a little bit higher once I head up that way, but right now I'm going to focus on these two, and it's a beautiful scene down here, so I'm going to focus on that scene first, and then I'll work my way upstream and see what else looks good up there. Anyway, this seems like a cool little find here in the woods. All right, so that was a nice little shot there. I moved away from the creek. It's not too far down there to get away from the sound. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. But anyway, settings-wise on that shoot, pretty simple. I have a polarizing filter on the front here. No neutral density filter. I think I'm going to like the 1 second exposure, kind of given the right amount of blur, but just enough texture in the water to keep it a little bit hectic in there. not so smooth and silky. I was shooting in live view mode, and I had a exposure delay on, so when I touch the shutter button, it waits for 2 seconds before it activates the shutter. And vibration reduction off on the lens because it was on a tripod. Everything's super sharp and beautiful. I was giving it a little bit of exposure compensation, plus 0.7, to brighten up the scene a little bit. And I think it's going to turn out really nice. I mean, can you see that? Well, I'll show it to you on the video, but anyway, just gorgeous color in there, and a nice little composition, I think, with a couple of cool mossy dark rocks. So that's it. Cool little scene, a nice little find in the woods, and now I'm going to keep moving around and see if I find anything else interesting today. If I don't find anything else interesting out there today, this will be the end of this short little video. And it'll be a video just of a quick little landscape photo, a beautiful little intimate scene here in the woods with a beautiful mountain creek and some moss-covered rocks, and I think I'm really going to like it. Looks good on here. I hope it looks good on the big computer monitor when I get home. So, nice scene down there, and thanks for watching today. I'll see you again on the next episode. Please subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day. See you next time. Later.